Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the third episode of the Tennis Toast. Here with me are two excited fans, Agniv and Tejas, and who have actually mentioned their favorite tennis players. It's actually a very for all of us because everyone we cheered for has won the Australian Open. Without any further delay, let's move to the Barty Party. Ashley Barty, what a match that was. What a tournament it was for her. I believe after 44 years, an Australian has won in Australia at the Australian Open. That's something to rave about. Tejas, your views about Barty Party.
I think Ashley Barty gives me the vibes of Roger Federer at the beginning of his Grand Slam winning career, around about 2005, 2006. Apart from French Open, if you watch Australian Open or US Open or Wimbledon, he actually has won so many tournaments without even facing a break point. It was that kind of a domination by Federer at that point. I think Barty didn't even lose the set this time around. She's here to stay. Actually, Ashley Barty. The whole tournament, she's been flawless. She was put under a little bit of pump by Daniel Collins in the finals. She was down 1-5 in the second, but the champion she is, right? She comes back and wins the second set and wins the tournament. It's not easy for anyone to carry the expectation of the home crowd. If I can draw a parallel to cricket, right? So not a single host nation had won till 2011 that India won, right? No one else had won. So it carries its own baggage to manage that and to come over and show flawless tennis over the course of 15 days. It's just incredible. She's a true idol. She's a true role model, and I think she'll win many Grand Slams in future.
One unique feature about her victory was that I believe she has won three Grand Slams, right? And all the three Grand Slams are on a different court,
Surface.
on a different surface. Yes. So, Agnes, your views on Our Lady Barty.
Yeah, so I think this was because you support Madison Keys. You mentioned it last time. So I saw that match and I saw Madison Keys losing very badly because Barty was dominating so much. And then I saw the other match, which was with Swiatek and Collins. And I saw that how Collins was able to like construct the points and do it so well. So I was kind of still skeptical about how Collins would perform in the finals. But the second set was where I will say that she played a super good game till the point where she started losing, and then Barty just upped her level like crazy. At one point, I think it was 5-1, and then Barty just made the comeback, made it go till 7-6, and then she just won. But yeah, crazy good performance by Barty. I don't see her losing at. I don't know about the clay surface, but even on the other hard courts, maybe she'll win another Grand Slam, because last time we saw her at Wimbledon, she was as dominating. This time again, she's dominating. Uh, Surprisingly enough, yes, she has won three Grand Slam. And when her coach was asked after this tournament, do you think she'll ever win US Open? He said, I don't think ever, because there's some problem with the balls. I don't know how it affects the serve and game, but he said that they have this ball problem, because of which I think the players like Barty cannot play well. So they have to change the racket, they have to change the strings. So let's see if she does win US Open too. And now that Osaka is kind of dipped a lot, I do see becoming Barty one of the bigger goats of this generation, because Serena is out, Swiatek, etc. They have the game, but they always lose at the critical moments. And now I'm kind of hoping that and since Osaka is also done, I think that Barty can just pick it up and dominate the next few years at least.
I hope with all that hope about Barty coming out as a better player and all that, I also hope that players like Osaka and other emerging players, they also uh, Ashley Barty a run for her money, because that would make the matches more exciting. And on that note, I wanted to discuss one thing. So, while reading about Ashley Barty, I found out that for a brief period she had taken a break from tennis and focused on cricket, which we have been discussing a lot. So they just tell me about how important it is to take a break from game and because tennis is it's a game which requires a lot of energy, effort, and then and a lot of people like say Naomi Osaka is unable to match her performances. So how important it is to take a break, revitalize oneself, and then do the job so well.
I think tennis, because it involves lot of physicality, people do only see the physical aspect of the game. But I think it is the most, uh, tough, mentally, it is perhaps the most toughest sport as well, because you can be on song, you can hold yourself for a long time and still end up losing the match, and that is like a gut wrenching sort of a defeat. So it goes on and on. They have to play till 1:30 at night. Have to go back, face the reporters as well. After that, you have to have the other media commitments, your personal media commitments. All those things take a hit. I think we've seen the importance of or other the fruits of proper rest. I think back in 2016 when Federer was injured, so he took a little bit of a break after a long time, and then came revitalized and won two Grand Slams in a year, right, at the age of 37. So it's just incredible. So these elite professional tennis players, they really need to take a systematic break here and there to come over and do their best, because it's not easy over there. Professional sport is in any way is not easy. I think tennis is even one level higher. So yeah, I really hope
Talk,
everyone plans the same way.
Talking about revitalized players, one of my favorites, not one of my favorites, he is my favorite. King Kyrgios is finally a Grand Slam winner, albeit the doubles slam, the doubles Australian Open Grand Slam, which he won in the company of his friend, childhood friend, and uh, during the match they were showing the pictures of the two players, Kokkinakis and Kyrgios, of how their friendship has come up over the years, like world picks, and they were so excited to win. That was something I really enjoyed. And tell us your views about King Kyrgios,
Uh,
man.
Kyrgios is what we call out of syllabus. Ever since he made his debut, I think at Wimbledon he took out Nadal in a tight four setter. He's been an enigma, because if he can sustain that level, he could have been a multi Grand Slam champion. His game is so good, and I've seen him live practicing. He practices like crazy. I think back in 2015, when I had gone to Delhi to watch one of the tournament, I think he was there, and he was practicing with someone, and he was bulleting it across the court, even in the practice court, even making the co practitioner look a little silly because of his intensity. So he's that kind of a player. And in Tanasi, I think he has found someone who shares this kind of energy, right? They both are those kind of players who get encouraged by the crowd around them, and that brings out the best in them. And we've seen more than that, more than tennis, it's always been entertainment for the last 6-7 days whenever they've played together, and the Aussie crowd have really helped them. Good to see that both of them have struggled a lot recently to win a to win a Grand Slam in doubles. But I think, given the quality that both of them have, they really should concentrate on singles and make a good career out of it. Because Australian men's tennis needs both of them to be at the top of the game and make a statement.
Well, it was an all Australian final because their contenders were Max Purcell and Matt Eden. And it just brought memories of the Woodies. That was something beautiful which happened 20 years back. So I was cherishing an all Australian final. And on that note, let's get to the main match of today. The reason why the show is running behind time, and it was a fantastic match. So before I get to it, I will ask Agniv, the most excited panelist here to tell us about what happened today in Melbourne.
It was magic. It was madness. I don't know what it was. There's this another tennis channel on YouTube. His name is Gil Gross, and he makes really good predictions. He reads the game. And one of the things which he said was that Medvedev in four, then he said, "Oh, wait a minute, I think Rafa has the technique, he knows the point construction, but I still will say Medvedev in five." And he did not give it because everything which Medvedev had, Rafa has no response to it. His backhand is strong, his serve is very strong, his return is strong. And then the first two sets happened. First set, Rafa was blown out of the field. Next set, he was trying to come back again at 5-3. He lost the point. Then at 7-6, he completely lost because again he was in the lead in the tiebreaker, and then he lost the break points and he lost the second set. After that, I stopped watching. I saw Rafa is gone. He is 35. He cannot return after two sets, especially when the serve is not working. And in like next 2 hours, I'm coding. I am coding these days. I open up and I'm like, Rafa has won back to back two sets, and I don't know how he did it. He comes back, plays the next game 7-5, and it's just what it is. Like if Rafa retires today, this is what I need him to be remembered for. That it's even on your bad days, how good can you play? That is what Rafa is all about, and that's why he's my favorite player. He's not the best out there, but he's going to make you earn it. And if you cannot earn it, you just don't. You're not going to have it. It's a
This is
great
a
one.
disclaimer to all the viewers of the show. I'm not a big Nadal fan, and the reasons are were seen a couple of hours back when Nadal, he does exactly this. He has been doing this exactly for so many years now that he breaks the fans, and but that's the beauty of this gentleman from Spain. And in fact, the Agnev, an interesting observation. You said that Medvedev was a better player than Nadal today, and yes, the stats say so because Medvedev served 23 aces compared to that of three by Nadal.
Yeah, three.
The double faults were equal in number. The first serve percentage, Medvedev is ahead. The win percentage, Medvedev is ahead. Only the break points converted by Nadal were marginally. He just won 7 out of 22, and our Medvedev, he won 6 out of 22. But those three break points which he had, they made all the difference. Tejas, now coming to you. Did you expect him to win?
Honestly, no. I had Medvedev 60-40 CR. I've been Nadal fan since 2004. And the first time he stepped onto the court in Miami, I was reading newspapers at that point because there was no coverage here in India, and watched Nadal beat Federer in 2005 French Open. And since then, no other player has even come closer to being my favorite than Nadal. I'd like to say one point. I think it applies to the other great players as well, big three as we call. Uh, we all are in awe of their shot making, right? Nadal's forehand, Djokovic's cross court backhand, and simply everything about Federer's game. We are in awe of all these guys, but we do forget that these guys are excellent problem solvers. And I think I think I can share this with Agnew and you also, because we know how problem solving is taken in our fields, right? In our professional fields. It is very important for anyone to be a good problem solver. And the one thing I noticed was Nadal came in with the with the game plan saying that because Medvedev hits the ball really flat, I'm going to slow down the pace by using my backhand slices. He did that against Del Potro back in 2017 or 2019, I think, in the US Open finals, when we know that Del Potro has a hammer forehand, right? And he was coming with his slices, and it slowed down Del Potro. So he tried that for the first set, was battered like beyond recognition 6-2. 7-6, I felt Nadal still wasn't at his best. And the coming third set, right? Anyone in his shoe, 20 Grand Slams, the best player for many of his fans, and I think even not his fans as well, to come up and solve that problem. in that moment just speaks volumes about the mental fortitude of this guy. We can call him the bull, we can call him the brute, we can also call him the most, at least one of the most intelligent person on, player on tour as well, and that just stands out for me. 35 years of age, 20 Grand Slam titles,
21.
still doing, yeah. I mean, at that point, two sets down, you're gonna say, you know what, I've done enough in my life. I'm considered one of the best. I'm gonna leave it at that. It's okay. A French Open is coming up. I'm looking in decent shape. I'm gonna aim at that. But no, that's not Nadal, right? It's just incredible. I have no words to describe the man. It's just a inspiration and role model.
You said it right. He's a bull, he's a beast, but that fortitude that makes him a beauty to watch. And Agniv, so do you expect him to win more slams in the coming year or years?
Uh, we'll have to see. See, French Open, obviously, he'll always be the favorite, whatever happens. But yeah, moving forward, like Wimbledon, it's highly unlikely. It's more unlikely than Australian Open. He has not played on grass good for a very long time. Then you have US Open. Again, there is some hope. Nadal has done supremely well at US Open. And yesterday I saw that the maximum amount of Grand Slam in US Open in the Open era was with Federer, 5 consecutive ones. And after that is Nadal with 4. So he, even when he's known to be the clay god, he is indeed going for the record slam even in one of the hard courts. And US Open, he has performed well. 2013, he defeated Djokovic. I think 2010 also he defeated Djokovic, or 9 or 10. I think it was 10. 10, yeah. And 10 was the most fabulous play I've ever seen with Nadal come forward with. So I think he has a few chances, but then again, Djokovic is coming with a fury this time. That'll be worth seeing. Uh, so it is going to be interesting. One thing which I really liked was that I just wanted him to kind of show for once before he goes that what he was known for, because last 2 years they have not been that good for him. Like he just won the French Open and then he was mostly under the radar. Even last year, I remember this match against Andrei Rublev, which he lost on clay. I think it was just started each and every point, but he's never seen him lose after fighting this much. But then he came back, and today happened. So I am really happy today for what he showed all of us. And
Yes, sorry to
that
interrupt
I
you.
will
Yes,
be super
Agniv,
happy if he
you
wins
can
more.
conclude
But
it.
even with this much, he will be a legend for ever, I
Well,
guess.
Nadal made us all happy, but Tejas, do you feel sad for Daniel Medvedev? Tejas, I can't get you. Uh,
I think this is a network issue.
network. Yeah, Agniv, can you answer my question? Do you feel bad for Medvedev?
I do feel bad for Medvedev. So this, I think even the commentator said it towards the end of the set that the crowd has been against him way too much. Like it was very similar at US Open where people were cheering his double faults, which is kind of sad to see. And this again happened this time. And I think we may blame next gen for being not that good, but they have this so much against them. Earlier,
Yeah,
it was always like 50-50 divide, or maybe Djokovic was the one against the crowd. But this time, it is happening that they have to fight the crowd, they have to fight the best of people. So I do kind of feel sad for him. But again, it was crowd did affect him somewhat, but the
yeah.
way he played, I don't think it's just the crowd. It was the also the kind of match which Nadal started playing out. I think it's
Okay, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we had another match today involving the women's doubles where the Czech pair, the top seeded Czech pair, Krejcikova and Siniakova won 6-7, 6-4, 6-4 against Kazakh Danilina from Kazakhstan and Haddad from Brazil. Yes, we have got Tejas back. Tejas, the final question for you. Uh, the top three, they make everyone happy, but do you feel sad for the next gen?
Yes, not just the current next gen. I feel bad for guys like Monfils, Schwartzman. Dimitrov also, right? They were so unfortunate to be playing in the era of the golden era, right? The big four. I'm going to add Andy as well, or that he deserves to be named with these guys also. I think I really feel sad for them, but I think Medvedev is going to change. He's going to change the order. I think he's going to come up and win many Grand Slams in the future. He just looks like a complete player on hard court. Currently, I think he's even better than Novak when it comes to hard court. Needs to improve his game on clay and grass, I think, but that will come with experience. He'll be a multi-surface, multi-Grand Slam champion for sure.
I hope he does come back. And on that note, I wish both of you to have a great party today. As fans, you deserve it totally. And ladies and gentlemen, on that note, before I conclude, the Toast Network is having its, we have a cricket special episode. And next week, our cricket channel is going to complete about 25 episodes. So that's something I am looking forward to. I am sure Tejas will be there too. And ladies, on that note, we will be back with more about tennis and see you back then. Bye.